Everyone for joining us. My name again is Comfort Arosa Osewege. If you cannot hear me, please let me know, indicate on the chat box. All right, so this is the deal room. We simply connect businesses, we simply connect capital with business. So what that means is that we help people raise money globally for their businesses, and we are sector stage agnostic. I'll get into that at a later point in time as I take us through the cohorts pack that you already have. Okay, so today, please, what's not in your cohorts pack information is the fact that we are taking attendance on this program. So at some point in about 30, 40 minutes or thereabouts, Faith will drop the attendance sheet for today. If you've read the manual, you understand that we're heavy on attendance and being available for some of the sessions. So if you're not going to be available, you let us know. We'll have a way of using our office hours to bring you up to speed. Okay, so this is DIRA, the acronym for the Dealwoman Investor Readiness Accelerator. I would like to know who are on the call, so you can unmute yourself, introduce yourself, where you are in the part of the world. Are you in Nigeria? Are you in Lagos? Are you in Oyo, Ibadan? Are you in Kaduna? I would like to know. Thank you so much. So who is going first?
Chef Fine Julian. Good morning, everyone. Can you hear me, ma?
Yeah, I can hear you. Good morning, Chef Fine Juliet, right?
Yes, please. My name is Chef Juliet Kings.
Right.
I'm a filmmaker. I live in Lagos and I've produced some amount of films.
Oh,
Thank
interesting.
You. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you, Chef Juliet. So your name is showing as Fine Juliet. So we just go with Chef Julie, right?
Yes, please, Chef Juliet Kings.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Chef. Thank you for joining us. Okay, so who is going next? Raise up your hands if you want to introduce yourself. Please, if you don't do it, I'll call on you because this is investor readiness. You should be able to take the stage and introduce yourself.
Yeah, hi. Can I go now?
Yes, please.
Yes.
Hi. Good morning, everyone. Oh, sorry. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Khair. I'm the convener and the brand owner at Hiva Fabrics. At Hiva Fabrics, we supply individuals and small businesses with fabric and related services in order to improve their creativity while increasing their revenue and also encouraging social and environmental responsibility. I'm so happy to be part of this cohort and I hope that I learned a lot of things from this program. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Chigozie, your hand is up. Go ahead, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Chigozie Bashwa. I am the founder of A Nut Place. The Nut Place is a sustainable food processing company. We make healthy food products from locally grown nuts in Nigeria and West Africa. I am also an aspiring tech founder. So I'm very happy to be here.
Right. Thank you, Chigozie. Thank you for joining us. Right. Okay, okay, Zoo. So whose hand is up? Go ahead, please.
Okay, hello, good afternoon. My name is Chinonye Ajene. I am the founder and the CEO of 5-6 Food Company Limited. We started with formulating ready-mix products and we do production. Amongst them, we have 5 products at the moment. We have anti-maize pancake mix, pancake and waffle mix. We have anti-maize puff mix. We have the cake mix. We have different flavors of the cake mix. Our aim is to be able to help most of the customer, the younger generation, to be able to access making food easily with by formulating products that are near about almost complete to be done. You just need to add a few things to ensure that you have a good nutritional breakfast or lunch or dinner. Thank you.
Right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, Ramat, your hand is up.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. My name is Ramat Alibalogun. I am the brand owner of Organic Spa. Organic Spa is our trademark, but the name of our brand, our business, is actually Organic Blends Manufacturing Limited. Organic Blends Manufacturing Limited is the manufacturer of healthy and natural organic skincare. And then we also have a spa. We have a range of spa, and we are mainly in the mainland, Lagos mainland. We are also into spa and massage academy. And at the moment, we are building our online platform to be able to teach a lot of people, to reach more people in the training of spa and massage. And also build a platform to connect the people that want massage and spa and the provider of spa. Organic Spa is basically a spa for purpose-driven individuals. So from our aesthetic, from the way our spa looks to the oils we make, we are targeting stress relief, and our brand is about quick, effective use of service. We are targeting the fact that we want to be cheaper, we want to be faster, and we want to be better than any spa around. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ramat. That's a very good introduction. Thank you so much. All right. Adeshile, your hand is up.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Adeshile Olatunji Johnson. I currently own and manage a spa, and I also manage spas for hotels and resorts. I've been in business for 8 years, and our main focus and goal has always been LD beauty. Now, when we talk about LD beauty, what do you mean? Helping people age gracefully, helping people understand the products they use, not just about buying products with us at the spa, but once they see a product, they are knowledgeable about this product, and they can also incorporate it in their routine. And again, whether you're light skinned or you're dark skinned, we want people to look good and want you to age well. So we are located at Yaba, and we don't train at the moment, but the main focus is wellness and well-being, and you understanding your products and what you use. And we've got a series of products as well that we sell. Thank you.
Right, thank you. Okay, who else is going to go? Yeah, so anyone, I don't think there's any hands up again. Is there any hands up? All right, so I'm gonna call you up. I want us to be able to introduce ourselves. If you have not introduced yourself, please go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, my name is Grace Patrick. I am the CEO of Gracoy Grand Ventures. We are into packaging of ground products like ginger, garlic, and we also package spicy kuli. We package Ijebu Gari, very nutritious. We also package healthy meal, that is plantain and millet meal. We package all this. We are located at Lasu Igondo Road at Igondo. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. Shoma, your hand is up.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Dr. Choma Okechukwu Choma Emanuela. I'm a physiotherapist and CEO and founder of EcoNet. So EcoNet is a digital health care platform that is designed to bridge the gap in healthcare access across Nigeria and beyond. We provide 5 key services: medical consultations, mental health support, physiotherapy and fitness programs, nutritional and diet planning, and access to affordable medical supplies. So in Econet, our goal is to make quality healthcare accessible, affordable, and convenient for individuals, families, and communities, including those in underserved areas. We are located currently at First Stack, and we have our website and our app currently ongoing. Like we're building it and we are trying to fix it. So that is all for now. Thank you so much.
Right, thank you, Chioma. Okay, so there's a bit of challenge. Some women are reaching us directly that they are not able to join because of the Zoom links, and I don't know why that is. I don't know why they are having those issues. So I don't know. Maybe at the end of this session, we have to give out another link. We don't know. I don't want to do that. So, but yeah, so but we want to edit the link so that those that can't join the Zoom immediately will be able to. Marianne, does that mean that people have to now join all over again? Oh no, we are not going to do that. Please, they will come in at another time. All right. So we go on with this. That means I have to go off this link and then we all come back again. We'll do that maybe on the second session of this program. And so we'll continue with where we are. So we're not able to take, I'll not be able to do that. Thank you. All right. So sorry about that. Just some housekeeping. Okay, so I'll just go straight. Is anybody else wanting to introduce yourself, please? You have not spoken, you have not told us who you are, what you do. Is there anybody else here that hasn't introduced themselves aside the Dealwoman team? Anybody else? Don't let me call you, don't let me call, don't let me call, don't let me mention names. Please just take the stage. Okay, I can't see any hands raised, please. Please go on and take the mic. I can't see any hands raised, but I was told there are hands up. Are there any hands being raised here? No, I can't see anyone here. Okay. Okay, so if you want to introduce yourself, please go ahead and introduce yourself. We have just about 1 minute more to do this.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Aish, right?
Yes, my name is Aishat Joda. I am the founder of Aish Naturals Essentials Limited, a brand that helps females and individuals build their self-confidence by being comfortable in their God-given skin and hair. We use locally sourced plant-based ingredients in formulating our products to make them safe and, free from adverse effects of harsh chemicals. So we are in Lagos, but we have distributors across other states in the southwestern state of Nigeria. So that's all for now.
All right, thank you, Aisha. Thank you so much. Okay, thank you everyone once again. Thank you for the introductions. So I'll go straight to why we're here today. Every one of us, I guess, has access to the pack, right? The onboarding pack that was sent last night. So yes. I'll run through that quickly, so that I expect that you ask a lot of questions at the end of the session, and then maybe we can go off a break for a bit. I want to share my slides now. Can you see my slides? Can everyone see my slide?
Okay.
Yes. Everyone see my slide?
Yes, I can see it.
Okay, thank you. Let me see if I go on slideshow. Okay, it looks like I'm asking for too much. All right, so this is the Dealwoman Investor Readiness Accelerator. We're trying to trademark DIRA, and we expect that that should be ready in some few weeks. All right, so this is cohort 1 information pack. The Dealwoman, it's a deal room initiative. It started out sometime in 2022. We had what we call the global pitch session for women-led businesses in Nigeria. And during that session, we realized that the energy we put into trying to get women before investors, and we had like close to 40 investors in the room that day, and we weren't able to do much with matching the women with investors. So we began to ask ourselves, what's the problem? Why is it that it's easier for women, for men, businessmen, now men, the real businessmen, to follow up with investor engagement requirements, and the women, the ladies, there seems to be a lag. And that bothered me a bit. In 2023, we tried to see if we could help more women get investor ready. So we officially, technically launched the Dealwoman itself to be the woman wing, as it were, of the deal room. So to be able to pay attention, closer attention to women. Of course, I'm a lady, so I wanted to see what was really the problem. So we launched it sometime during our investors fair at Federal Palace Hotel. I think sometime in November or December 2023. For the whole of 2024, we were like, okay, talking to a lot of women, what were the challenges? And then we began to actually see some data come out that the women-led businesses in Nigeria and across the world aren't getting as much funds. That is data-driven. And we also realized that in Nigeria, it was even a terrible case. In 2023, it was just 2.3 or at the most 3% of every fund that came into venture capital that came to women-led founders or startups. And then there was a 31 to 35% gap in SME funding to women-led businesses. I'm like, really? So this data in simple English is, if $1 million came into Nigeria for funding businesses in venture capital, only $23,000, I didn't say $230,000, $23,000 came to women. Amazing, 3%. So let's say $30,000 from $1 million. For SMEs, if we have the same, let's say 100 million invested in SMEs in Nigeria, there's a 31% gap. So that means that just 31% or thereabout, let's say 50% thereabout, get funding at all. It gets so bad because we did some work with Manufacturers Association last year with MAN in partnership with them. And we were told that there are no women manufacturers in Nigeria. In fact, I argued and they told me, no, they are not able to scale. I'm like, really, like, seriously. Now, in my journey of the deal room, and also as an investment banker, I've met with powerful, I call them powerful, fantastic women in Nigeria. Some are in their 60s, some in their 50s, some in 30s, some early 20s. I'm like, so where do all of this money go to? So when they say there's money for women this, there's women for this, who is actually collecting the money? Because the women aren't getting the money, that's what the data is saying. And so we refocused the Dealwoman and said, you know what? Let's have a targeted accelerator that will walk through investor readiness, do the heavy lifting with you. Because in our research, we realized that there are several things that were affecting women and impacting on their ability to raise money or stay on the trajectory of raising money. Several of it that the men will not go through. So I'll give you a typical example. One of the only lady sitting on the board of the D room, Mrs. Gwen Abiola Oluke, I got to ask her, Ma, why do you think this is so? Because she's an ex-director and the managing director at Brofin West Africa. And she's giving out a lot of money. International donor funds. She's well-grounded in it, and she works with a lot of women. And she said, is the ability to stay, the staying power to follow through, and that's affecting. Women are affected by, you know what? To a man, a lady, and a guy, a man will come to a bank, for example, and they want to raise funds. They are given the same requirements. The man gets home, he sleeps, and then takes up maybe 1 or 2 hours, is sitting on it and gets going with it. The woman may not have that opportunity if she's married. If she's not married, she could be on her period. And the 2-3 days she's on her period, she's not able to really maximize herself. And then the guy is ahead. Even if she has better ideas, better projects, she's not going to meet up, unfortunately. So that is the data that I began to see the challenges. Now, there's so many other things: menopause, perimenopause, children, marriage. My husband did, I can't go, you can't, you shouldn't, or you are trying to become yourself. And then there's also the backlog of the institutional issues around being woman that happens. So at the end of the day, account officers will tell you, this is data driven, that after 2 weeks, the guy is ready with his own documents, the lady is not. And quickly they just make a decision. It's whoever comes. It has nothing to do with whether you are male or female. It's who is ready. And these monies, they don't wait. The monies are investment tools, by the way, you know. So if I have $1 million to invest or 500 million naira to invest, I have a timeline for that fund. So immediately I speak to 10, 20 people. Maybe there are 10 women, 10 men, 10 women. And at the end of the day, 9 men come forward and they are ready. I go on with them. Except the funds are gender focused. And most of the time they aren't. I mean, 80% of the funds aren't, I think so. I don't know what data looks like. But that's the issue. Those are the challenges. And then there's the bit around collateral requirements, a lot of things that women really don't have. But there are women funds that women can access that they are also not ready for. Because when we began to talk to investors, and we have a lot of them, I've worked with a lot of them in the last 5 years, actively working with a lot of investors, equity, debt, finance houses, institutional investors, angel investors. They tell you, they just want to work with who is ready and the deal they feel is most ready to access that fund. So question is, what do we do? How do we reduce or begin to close this gap in funding? And that is why we decided to refocus the Dealwoman into an accelerator program, where it is not an accelerator you find. There are a lot of accelerators going on right now because of the IWD. No, this was not because of IWD at all. This is because there's a problem in the land and we're trying to solve it. So there's cohort 1, there's cohort 2 throughout. After this, those that drop off are not able to make it, they can pick up to cohort 2. those we couldn't take in because a lot of women couldn't take in a lot of them. So we already have cohort 2 already, and it keeps going as much as we can. We intend that it will be free. So you are not under any obligation. So we're looking for sponsors, we're looking for partners on this journey. But for cohort 1, we've decided that, you know what, let us start. And so I'll run you through the program you already have. And so you have an idea of what we're trying to do here today. So I've done the welcome. I think you have this welcome already. So I welcome again to DIRA. It's a call to develop, innovate, raise, and accelerate your business, which will be with you on this journey. So I'll go straight to slide 4, I think, yeah, of slide 5. So about this pack that you have, this is your like working manual. So it's an information pack about the accelerator, about the engagement process, what we do in the deal room, who we are, you get to know us better, and then what we expect in cohort 1. Now, I've run through this data, so you have it. There are a whole lot of challenges. But the beautiful thing about the whole of the report is the fact that studies show that women-led businesses, especially in Nigeria as well, deliver higher returns, greater efficiency, and more sustainable growth. In fact, women-led businesses return in venture capital 64% higher than male-led businesses, 64% high. That means that if we put our house in order, more women, when more women are able to raise money, that means that investors make more money with women-led businesses. Okay, so that's what this data is all showing. In 2023, like I've mentioned, it was just really a very appalling situation for the VC. Is very, very annoying as well, if you get my points. Right, so the next slide, I've introduced DIRA to us. So we're going to be doing a whole lot of heavy lifting in DIRA. What we want to do is to ensure that we help you do it. This accelerator is due. At the end of this accelerator, you are supposed to come out with, you are ready. And we'll move you to investors straight away. So you go on to investors straight away. So the program, it's around this, the program overview, we're looking at investor readiness training, business strategy and financial positioning, investor engagement and pitching. So whether it's debt you're looking for, whether it's equity, whether it's grants, whatever it is, you need to be able to pitch. We want to look at the legal and the compliance support. So many times, even men-led businesses, Nigerian businesses, they fall short of legal and compliance requirements every time. You know, so, and it's also an opportunity for you to network and peer learning because you meet with a lot of people. At some point, we'll meet physically. We'll also arrange that. We'll meet with, we'll have some investors, some senior men and women in business, in strategy, in legal, in accounting that will be coming here, and then you can network. So that is the overview of this program. Now, the financial positioning is not just positioning. At the end of this accelerator program, you must be able to say this is your 3 to 5 year financial projections at the end. It's not we write it down and we ask you, no, it's to do, we're doing, because it's one of the challenges that women face in access to funding. So like we say on the weekly overview, it's actually a do it together situation. We're going to be doing it together with you. So we're not joking here. We want to ensure that at the end of the day, women that go through this accelerator are raising money straight away. That is the goal. We want to ensure that you are raising money. You want to raise 5 million naira, you raise the 5 million naira. You are ready to raise it. So because we'll just match you straight with those that have the money to raise, to give to you. So we don't want them to say, no, oh, no. All the T's and dots we're going to be crossing and dotting on this program. Sometimes is your business model. So we'll look at week 1. At the end of this accelerator, you may decide that, you know what, I'm just wasting my time. There's no point. I remember I told some women some years ago, because I've actually been at the corridor of women-led businesses for some time. And I told them, you know what, don't run this trajectory of this business. And they didn't listen. They have closed down today. And these are people that have spent maybe 20 million, 30 million of their own money and other people, friends and family money, and they've closed down. We will work together on your business model. If it's not a small business model, pivots out into something, it's still okay to do so. There's nothing wrong in that. Every great business had to pivot at one point or the other. Go and ask every business. And if you don't pivot, you create a business for another person. Ask Netflix, go and ask Kodak, if you know what I mean. So if you don't pivot into what works as a great business model, then you will not get investors, whether it's debt or equity, whether you're going to the bank or you're going to your family, friends, or you're going to actual VCs, venture capitalists, or you want to go to the stock exchange to raise money. So we're going to be looking at all of that, different key deliverables for the week. Now, this is your process, onboarding process into the Dealwoman program. The end product is to get you into the deal room where we connect capital to business. So this business that needs capital to be connected to it must go through this process in the DIRA, through the DIRA process. So you onboard, you apply, which you've done, you are shortlisted, you come in, you must meet up with the the weekly requirements that we bring. We have a portion for each week. I'll go to that slide because I'm going to dwell solely on that slide. And then when you meet up with each milestone, then you go to the next week, And once you go through that and you have a pitch deck and a strong business model and we consider you ready, then you will pitch. We'll also teach you how to pitch. There's going to be a demo day here. We'll demo and we'll have real investors coming, both online and physical. And you talk to them and then you pitch, and then we'll log you into the deal room at the end of the day. So your exit as an accelerator is successful candidates or participant through the cohort 1 will be that you are investor ready and we'll log you straight away into the deal room. Now, the original process of the deal room engagement is when you come to us, if you're a startup and you have 0 to 5 million naira turnover or a startup, you pay 100,000 naira to onboard. If you are from 5 million to 500,000, 200,000, I think it's 200K, and then there's 500K and there's 1 million. We've cut you off from all of that. You don't have to pay. So you just go straight into the deal room and fundraising. So see it as is a paid for already service we're giving to you. Screening you, but with a more robust platform under the DIRA. So that is the exit points. So this is just a high-level program design, investor readiness foundation, financial projections. That's the second week. We look at your cash flow. And then the third week, we're looking at your business plan and the pitch and the teasers. And then you come into the fourth week for your demo. So let's talk a bit about the deal room here. I have done this already. We're an all-in-one fundraising partner, deal matching and deal making platform connecting investable businesses, ideas, and projects with a diverse audience of investors, including private equity, venture capital, HNIs, DFIs, any investor at all. So we are sector stage agnostic. Now, our vision is to be the place for confidence in funding and investments. So we deal with those that need funding and those that have investments to invest in these businesses that need funding. So we say we are basically connecting capital to business. Now, what we do a lot of things which you could benefit from when you join the deal room. Deal making, so which is what we're trying to do here. Deal restructure. Deal restructure is if you have a loan with a bank or a finance institution or an investor at all, and that loan is giving you problems, or they are calling for your assets, and you want to renegotiate that loan, and the banks or the institutions are not listening to you, or you know businesses that are in this situation, please reach out to us. Our deal restructure service, last year, we were able to restructure up to the tune of about 450 something million. And the clients have new funding structure because they were going to call up their assets. And we've done this, we've established that is a needed service in Nigeria. And so you can reach out to us if you have that issue with any of your lenders, your institutional investors, etc. We do deal advisory, so we help businesses invest and holding investors and wealth through their wealth management framework. We also have a deal syndicate where we help people manage their funds. We also have a sister company, Adium Capital. Adium Capital gives out loans to businesses. We're already doing that. And we're also raising our first fund in the international markets to be registered in Delaware. And we're raising our first $5 million for venture funds in women-led businesses in Nigeria and across Africa. And also we have what is our basic driver in the deal room, which is deal matching. Connecting is a funding brokerage service and investor matching where businesses get to be matched with investors. We'll follow through with the process of getting them ready and holding them through the process, and then watch them negotiate their transactions in the deal room. And we just take it past it. We earn a success fee for that 5% of interest, which is what we will earn when at whatever points we help you to raise funds when you come into the deal room after the accelerator program. Now, this is me. Again, my name is Comfort Rusal Senwege, aka CAO, aka Chief Dealmaker. I have over 20 years experience in the Nigerian financial service industry, sector, or environment. I've managed ultra high net worth portfolios in excess of maybe $1 billion now, depending on exchange rates. I've published in Business Day for 5 years between 2000 and 2001, 2001, 2006, 2007. I was one of the leading analysts on the floor of the exchange. I've been head of research and investments, and for about 9-10 years, actively as an investment banker. I've managed and co-managed and advised portfolios in excess of, I don't know in excess of what now, but it's a lot of money I've been privileged to manage. And for those of us that asked me, I think 1 or 2 people asked me recently, oh, so where have you been? Well, I've been around doing my thing, worked with a lot of HNIs, a lot of businesses, and I've worked with over 1,000+ businesses directly. Okay, so that is me. Currently, I wear the cap as the CEO at Dealwoman Nigeria, as well as I am the, what you would call the investment manager at Adium Capital, managing partner. We have some funds under management as well. And I have, there's an accelerator, a cooperative that we're part of, that we started, Adion Cooperative. So if you want to be part of the cooperative, you can reach out to Marianne. So this is me in a nutshell. I think I've done quite a number of consultancy for small businesses and very big businesses as well. Been nominated for different things in Nigeria and outside. And I think I can help you. I'll try. Or we try. Okay, so these are boards of director in Dealroom Nigeria. I like to say that Dealroom has one of the strongest boards any Nigerian company can boast of. Mr. Kiari Buka Abba is our chairman. And they are not just chairmen or board members, they are also shareholders in the Dealroom. So they have a skin in the game here. So Mr. Kiari, if you don't know him already, he sits on the board of the Nigerian Economic Summit Group. He sits on the board of Standard Chartered Bank. He sits on the board of, he's currently the CEO of Inlax. He's a lion in the den, in the lion's den. If you know the lion's den in Nigeria, he was one of the first investors in Paystack and so many other fantastic startups. He's one of Nigeria's best. We love him. We're super proud of him. And the only good Kiari. Don't quote me. There are many Kiaris, but there's just one Kiari in corporate Nigeria that is the best Kiari in Nigeria. Don't quote me. All right, so there's Mrs. Gwen Abiola Oloke, beautiful and fantastic mother in the house. And she's been a senior manager at EcoBank and outside of Nigeria until recently, before she started her private venture. I think it's a DFI, so they invest in they get their fundings from the World Bank, etc. etc. She was a former investor director at Growfin West Africa. So if you know Growfin, you know it's a DFI that invests across Africa. And then we have Professor Ndubisi Ekekwe. If you are in technology and you are in Nigeria and you are on LinkedIn actively like myself, I think so, I think I'm active. And you don't know Prof, please better go on to LinkedIn and follow Professor Ndubisi Ekekwe. Professor Ndubisi has a patent on every iPhone. That's the way I like to describe him. On every iPhone that you have today. He's well sought after global leader. He writes, is a writer, Harvard Business Review. He writes in the Harvard Business Review. He's supported and still supporting a lot of startups across Africa and across the globe through Tikidia Capital. And he's an engineer, anything robotics, AI, Internet of Things. Is one of the leading voices globally. And then we have Barrister Omotosho Olufemi, who is a lawyer in the house and our father of fathers. And Barrister Olufemi Omotosho has 30 years experience as a lawyer and a barrister at law in the UK. So that is the Dealroom board. So you're in good hands. We know what we're doing here. Every one of our board members are actually investors. They've invested in multiple businesses in Nigeria and across the globe. Okay, so we support
Hi, everyone. Hello, can anyone hear me?
Yeah, now we can. You went off for some time.
Yeah, so sorry about that, please. We're having technical issue, but it will be resolved shortly. So sorry. We'll be back shortly.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Right. Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
I am so sorry. So I don't even understand what happened, but just got logged off with several different types of internet connections here. So, but it's okay. Apologies, I truly apologize. Sorry. So where did you lose me? Can anybody bring us up to speed?
Hello, Ma, you were talking about we were at the board of director.
Oh, okay.
Parts. So that's where you had explained, I think it was growing. Yeah. So.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. All right. Please, can I be given screen sharing, please? Thank you for your patience, ladies. Okay, can we all see my screens now?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so this is probably where that must be this slide on the board, right?
Yes.
Okay, so this was where we are. Okay, so I think I talked a little bit about did you were you here? Was I here? It was me. So was
No,
I here?
you were already on that next slide. You had finished this slide. You were about to start the slide of the SDGs.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so the SDGs, our commitment to SDGs is to support women. So we're heavy on gender equality. We support that goal. Decent work and economic growth, we support that as well, which is why what we do borders around connecting investors with businesses and projects across various sectors. So we are heavy on SDG 8. Heavy on industry, innovation, and infrastructure. We believe that we are playing a pivotal role in promoting industrial growth and innovation. We're also heavy on SDG 17 because at the core of our approach is the fact that we collaborate and we believe in the power of collaboration. So for example, the DIRA is going to be a collaborative work with some other partners and institutions so that we'll bring effective value to the women on the accelerator program. And so that is a deal room. And so let's talk about cohort 1. Again, to reiterate what I've been talking about in the last few minutes, DIRA is powered by Deal Room, and this is the accelerator in a nutshell. We do investor readiness documentation, financial planning excellence, corporate governance focus, and personalized coaching and handholding through your business and onto investor readiness, and ultimately funding and then accelerating your growth and your progress with your business. More importantly, sometimes when you go through the investor readiness programs, you may not need funding, may not be funding at the end of the day. That is the issue. So that is why the personalized coaching sessions are very important as we handhold women that will be able to be on this program, so that you are actually doing the right thing. Sometimes it's not always money. So we bring in all the things that has to do with the health of the business. And so if you're not getting cash, you're getting other type of investment, maybe collaborations and partnerships. Okay, so this journey is a 4-week journey. The week 1 is what we're having here. So we're starting the session on Wednesday. We'll run through this framework again. So we're looking at investor readiness and the fundraising process. So a whole lot of that borders around week 1. So at the end of this session, you will get we'll send you links maybe in an hour or 2 afterwards to the introduction to investor readiness and fundraising process. And then we'll take some of the questions you have at the end of it, if you do have any questions. So week 2 covers on doing it together on your financials, actually. So week 1 is your strategy, your business model. Week 2 borders around your financials, your cash flow, the figures. We'll give Excel sheets. We intend to do all of that for you to drive, to build up something. So at the end of the day, When they say, where's your 3 to 5 year projections? You're not speaking grammar, you just present, this is it. The third week covers around crafting a compelling investor pitch deck. Now, you may say, oh no, I'm not a technology startup. Every business has to have a pitch deck. Your business plan, it's a more robust, advanced description or talking about how you run your business. But pitch deck is to say, this is why I need money. That's the way I like to explain this. I'm pitching to you, I want money from you. Or you want to see how I run my business, then I'll give you a business plan. So we're not talking about business plans here at this program. We're talking about documents that helps us to go to the investors. Now, the beauty about the deck is that if we do a very good job of it, it suffices as a business plan. Because if you look at it, the business world has changed. The terrain around business and fundraising has changed. So technology has infused into us a new era of where's your pitch. So whether you're an SME, whether you're looking for grants, whether you're looking for equity, whether it's friends and family. In fact, I told a business some 2 years ago, I said to him, don't you have people that can give you money? Or he said, oh, my brothers here, they could give me money, but they are not listening to me. I said, where is your deck? He said, deck for friends and family. I said, yes, deck for friends and family. So if you have a father that has some money somewhere, or a brother or a friend, you push the deck to the person, they know you are serious. So we're looking at the crafting a compelling pitch deck and everything. So we'll, around it, we'll also do something, a one-pager executive summary, or what we call a teaser. That teaser is what you push. So when they say, for example, you're talking to a banker, the banker says, tell me about your business. Why do you want to raise money? Is that executive one page you send with your cash flow? So you don't start going back and forth. I don't know what to drop. And what exactly are you asking for? No. And in this, we'll also be talking about your data room. Now, you won't get this in so many, anyway. I doubt if there's really any accelerator that will talk about your data room. Except there are VC designed accelerators. Now, why you need a data room is simple. You need to be able to have a link that drives, that you can give to a serious person that wants to invest in your business. They look through that link, they see your pitch, they see your business plan, if there is, they see the team, they see anything about your business, they can see your CSC, they can see your legal compliances, your certifications, and anything. Easy. It shows anybody, any serious person that has money to give to you, that you know what you're doing. So that is what you get in this accelerator. And then we'll go into pitching practice. In fact, that is what it is called, pitching practice. It's not teaching practice, but pitching practice, live practice. We want to see you pitch. We want to be sure that you understand this business and you can sell it. Some of the pitches I heard when I said introduce yourself, on a scale of 1 over 10, 5 over 10. A lot of the time, so my internet is going unstable again, so it's giving me the, okay, it's gone again. Hopefully I'm still here, right? So it's, you need to learn to present yourself and say the real stories that matter. At the pitching practice, there are different ways of pitching to an investor. There are different ways to pitch to a supplier. There are different ways to pitch to somebody who wants to buy from you. There are different pitches, and we want to hear those pitches. Sometimes your customers are the ones that will fund you if you know how to pitch rightly to them. So pitching is not just about, oh, I'm talking to investors. No, You also need to be able to know how to pitch when you're talking to somebody who has capacity to probably, say for example, okay, supply me 20 million naira worth of your goods, and I'll pay upfront to go and manufacture, or to go and get it, or to go and get it done. Or I'll pay 1 whole year for the spa services. Why not? I'll pay you upfront 1 whole year because you have pitched in a certain way. Or, okay, the organization can take on all the women in this place, in this company, to come to your shop and buy healthy drinks. Yeah, I will pay you every month or quarterly. You get bulk money, you don't need investors. You get those contracts, you arrange them with your as your off-taker agreements or whatever it is, and then financiers can give you money. So these things are not as difficult. It depends on how we are selling. In 2022, I wanted to do some stuff and move the deal room ahead. I just wanted to test what we were doing. You are raising money for people. Can you raise money for yourself? And I said, okay, let's even test. We pitched. We did our pitch deck in the deal room. We pitched and gave evaluation, and like people were ready to give us money of 35 million, 100 million. Really? Oh. So I took some steps back and said, no, we're not selling yet. Then I said, but we need money to run some things. What do we do? I said, okay, you know what? I teach this a lot. So let me pitch to some other people. Let's see if they will even give me money. They'll be saying, we like what you're doing, but they've not dropped 1 naira. Let me see if they will drop 1 naira. It was pitching. I pitched and I raised about 10 million in 1 week. 10 million naira in 1 week. 10 million in 1 week. Just pitching. So if you get the pitching right, you get the money in some cases, not in every case. But the pitching, so is very important, and how you present to different audience. And then, so we'll look at your due diligence, prepare you or prep you for due diligence. Sometimes it's the difficulty in accessing you and your business. That's why investors are like, no, we're not doing this. And so they ask you, where's your CAC? And you're speaking grammar. We don't know where it is. No, I'm not the owner of the business. My husband owns the business. We'll sort it here. The world today is women-driven, gender, women-driven. So what I did with all of my businesses with my husband is I own 70% on anything that is me, that I am driving. 70, he owns 30. Because that's the only way I can get money that is gender-focused. There is no story about 51%. Oga, this business, 70, you own 30. In his own, I own 30, he owns 70. That's how we had to rearrange all of our businesses. So in my own businesses that I drive, Adium Capital, Dealwoman, Adium Cooperative, I own majority shares in it, so that I can be able to move as a woman-led business. So we will deal with the conflicts and advise you what to do, because these are the things that the women are facing. When
Is that on?
you go to and they say, who is driving the business? And the phone will give you money. Not the CEO. In the decision, who has the power to make the decision? What does your benchmark say? What does your document say? We may not be able to dive deeply, but we will tell you a bit on what to do, because it's an accelerator and we're limited. It's not a one-on-one process, but these are where the issues really are in terms of funding and access to funding for both debt and equity. So at the end of these are your exit criteria: the business model and strategy. We're going to give you like a business model that everybody must have for their own organization. If you have it before, good for you. We will look at it. If it's not good, we'll throw it up into the dustbin, rip it off, and we'll drive a new one. Your business model is how you do your business. And every business has to have one business model. It's a business model that will decide your financials, that will design your pitch, how your pitch will look like, and then ultimately the business plan. I hope everyone can still hear me.
Yes.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, we can.
All right. So the criteria is such that when you engage on the first week, so we started the business model journey today, talking about that the pack is what we're looking at today. So when we come back, we're going to be talking about investor readiness, and we'll talk about during the week, we have sessions on business models and activities that you have to do. Please do it. If you don't have your business model clear by Friday, you won't go to the next level of the accelerator, which is week 2. Financial preparedness and projections. So please tell us of the minutes and hours starting from today. Please look at it, read it as much as you can. And if you have any issues, you let us know. So with your business model in hand, you move to week 2. We'll talk about the financial projections where we work only on Excel. We'll look at auditing and some other things. We have a woman that has worked a lot of businesses and startups that's coming, a lady that's coming to take us on this, and some other partners are coming as well. And then we'll look at your engagements. So if you are not off here, I think by now they should have shared the attendance list for today because we want you to be investor ready. So there's no emotionalities around this. If you're not ready, you're not ready. We want people that are ready so that if they say, oh, out of the accelerator, there are 5 people that are ready, yes, and we go get funding. If we don't get funding, I'll begin to look for the money myself and give you. Because I know then that your business is beautiful, is fundable, is investable, and is viable. Then we're looking at the pitch quality. So the 3rd week is pitch quality. We're looking at your pitch deck and your ability to put together a nice pitch on the 3rd week. So once we take the 3rd week, we're starting to talk about your pitch deck. It's an intensive accelerator, but we're simplifying it. No too much stories. You've learned a lot, so it's to do you want to do it. You just want to see you crafting your business model. Look at it. We look at it as much as we can in buckets of office hours that we'll make available. The next thing, you have a pitch deck is ready, no story, and then we'll move on to fundraising. So can you hear me?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay.
Yes, we can.
Right. So this slide is an idea of what each session. So every Monday, we will have like a Zoom session like this, and every Wednesday, every Monday and Wednesday. And then on Monday, March 17, there's a physical session in our training room in Ikeja. Please, if you cannot make it, you can join online, but let us know. So if you are within the axis and you can make it, please come in. We want to have a bit of a sort of launch. Let's meet ourselves, then put a face to this, and then let's see if we can. So by then we'll now talking about financials, and then we could look at serious businesses that really need some help. Okay, so this is what it is. One additional information, we'll be sending out meeting links as it comes, Zoom links before each session starts. And then we have something we call office hours, different from the normal Mondays, Wednesdays, Zoom links, and all when we have physical sessions. Right, thank you. I'll take you. I'm almost going to the end of the slide. When we're done, you can, we'll ask all of the questions. We end the session, and then We'll come back later. So their office hours every Wednesday before 12. You can call me personally on Wednesday if you have any issues. Anything between 9 a.m. to 12, you can call me because we will start the Zoom session by 12. And then anything after 3 p.m., you can call us in the deal room. So they are office hours. Or you have an issue, you are teaching, you need help, you need this, no problem. We'll take it every Wednesday between the hours of 9 to 12. And then after 3 p.m., between the hours of 3 to 6, 7, 8. If you catch me in the office by 7, 8, fine. I will attend to you. 10, 11, 12 midnight, you're welcome. But once it's 12 midnight the next day, no more taking any calls. So, but pre-scheduling is required. A calendar link for that office will be sent separately, will be provided. Now, so I'll office allows for private consultations online via Zoom or in every Friday. Anything we ask you to do, please, is due every Friday. Please, if you do not meet any, if you do not meet our requirements, you will not be able to continue. You may drop off, join the next cohorts or exit. We don't want you to exit. We want you to be investor ready. We want you to get funds. There are a lot of funds. There are a lot of funds. Honestly, there's a lot of funds. Okay, so another thing here is that we also realize that there are some challenges that directly impact our businesses. So we'll be bringing in at some time in the course of this program, women that will talk about family, marriage, managing business, the woman, and I'm also bringing in 1 or 2 people to talk about menopause, if it's affecting you, perimenopause. Women globally are starting to go into the menopause at 30 years. So that means that you are already feeling, some people are feeling erratic, tired, stressed, they don't know what to do, what we're eating, what we're not eating. So what do you do when you manage your business? A lady reached out to me and I was like, oh, you didn't meet up with this, you didn't meet up with that. And she was like, she was tired. Have you checked? She said no. I said, so what? Oh, okay. So there are a lot we need to, we will try to just address to also make this a fun and also beneficial beyond just, oh, we're ready for investors. You know, women, you know how we do our things. So we show up anywhere and we try to actually just make sure that this works for us. Right. So this is your time. The opportunity is here. What you do with it is up to you. Let's make it count. So welcome to DIRA, everyone. The floor is open for questions. Thank you. Questions, Q&A? Anybody? Somebody was raising their hands. I lost that in a bit. Who is that, please?
I think it's Chinonye.
Right. Any questions for me? Any
Good
observation?
Afternoon, ma. Good afternoon, ma. Hello. Hello.
I don't think she's hearing you.
Yeah, I can't hear her either.
Yeah, please go on. Go ahead and ask your question.
So I wanted to find out, I just filled in the form of attendance and I saw the response after submitting it had to do with the introduction of the program. And in the program, they're talking about 30,000 Naira payment. Are we making any form of payment for the program?
No, that was been an error.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, good afternoon, ma. Good afternoon, ma. Please, can you hear me?
I think you can go ahead.
Okay, ma. My name is Ejiro, and I want to thank you for putting this all together for women entrepreneurs. It means a lot, and I'm very excited about the program already. So, but my question is, does an aspiring entrepreneur fit into all of this? Because, you know, many times when we see accelerator programs like this, it's usually business that are starting out already, that have launched, or those looking to scale. So for someone that is willing to like start up, an aspiring entrepreneur, like personally, and I'm coming from the career path, seeking to become a social entrepreneur, does this program actually apply to me? Will I be able to fit into everything that will be taught in the program?
Yeah, so this is an investor readiness accelerator. We are not preparing you to write, we're preparing you to access investors. So it's sector stage agnostic. So for example, we have investors that are looking for startups, women-led startups, initiatives that are driving impacts. So it's if you really are looking to raise money for your business, then this is an accelerator to be in. So it helps you to actually get ready.
Okay, thank you, ma. Yes, ma. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you, Ejiro. Right, Ramat, you have the floor, please.
Yes. Hello, ma'am. Thank you so much for this introduction. I really appreciate it, and it's something that is critical to my business as we are now. But like I said in the question, in the chat box, I have a question. A lot of people, when I ask the question, everybody think it's stupid. Well, but for somebody like me, it's a very critical question, especially when we talk about raising money. Let me give you a background. Our brand is now 18, 19 years. We have been doing the same thing. We have been building. Okay, yes, we got to a point. The next step should be, yes, we are scaling. We understand scaling. The next question will be, okay, we want to accelerate, so to speak. Now, an investor comes and say, okay, after doing all the evaluation, blah, 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 is now 30% of the equity of the business for, say, 5 million. Okay, I say, no wahala. I'm just saying. Now the question is, please, oh, it seems stupid, though, but it's a very critical question. Out of that 5 million you want to give me, which one is my own for Munchi for the 18 years I've put into this business? Because from all the accelerator I've been hearing, you have to be able to, before you collect anybody's money, you must be able to double their money in 4 years. If you don't have something to double anybody's money in 4 years, don't collect anybody's money. So now, I will double your money. I will work hard to double your money in 4 years. But the question is, you want to collect 30% of what I'm building. Out of this money you are bringing, let's say 5 million, how much is my own to say, okay, I've brought down my 30%? Because you hear a lot of people that this person collapsed after collecting money. In my own mind, as a business person, I know they have inflated the invoice. When the owner of the business inflated the invoice, the accountant knows where the money is coming. Then there will be fraud in the business, and that's the end. Please help me, I beg. Thank you.
Thank you, Ramat. I love your question. Very beautiful question. And I get a lot of that question every time. So it's not a stupid question at all. Money asked that before they got the money, they would be in a good place. No. So number one, you don't have to get investors into your business to take equity. Number two, they don't have to take 30%. In fact, standard procedure globally, when you're taking above 10%, we should be asking you questions. Why? Why are you taking more than 10% of the business. My shareholders in the deal room have put money more than this 5 million that you have said. And each one of them, except one that I decided to give 5% because when you see a father that just follows you, say, go and use my name as much as you can, and he asks you for a dime. I just say, what will I do? Just 5%. So in totality of the deal room, 15% is what shareholders have. 15, Mary. And it was because I decided that I wanted to do that. It's a startup. See, these people started with me before I registered the deal room as a business. I was doing my business as a consultant. It was becoming big, trying to connect businesses under CEO Partners Limited. So I was like, okay, let's break down CEO, that's me, Comfort and Resource Consultancy, break it down into different businesses. So that was the pivot we took in 2019 and broke down what we do in CEO Partners into different institutions that bettered Deal Room Nigeria, bettered Adium Capital, and bettered Adium Cooperative, and bettered Adium Capital, a part of it. So that deal, it was disintegrated. So that smaller chunk called Deal Room, I now got investors and got board members and got shareholders. The shareholders are just 15%. And there was no name. They had signed shareholder agreement before I went to CAC. Any business that takes more than 10% is already questionable. They must be coming in with something. And that's why we are the deal room. We are not here to joke with you. We're not here to make mess of any business. If you're taking more than 10, you must be bringing something to the table. So I've answered your question. It doesn't have to be 10. And it doesn't even have to be 5 years. Normally, when people invest directly into your business, especially for you that have done 18 years, you need to do your valuation. How much is really my valuation? What is my sweat capital? That question you are asking is your sweat. So we had an audit review 2 days ago for our financials for 2024. And my auditor was asking, so Comfort, is there any sweats that you sweated this year so that we add it to the money that the company is owing you? It's my company, but you know they have shareholders and they have a board. So how much are they really owing you that you have to pay? It runs into some millions. The financials of Deal Room is carrying that it's owing me. If you want to come as an investor, you must pay me that money. It's my sweat. Before we even start talking about, okay, I'm a shareholder, that's a different conversation. It's knowledge and who you are talking to. There are people that are invested. There's a major institution in Nigeria that was taken over. I won't mention it. I'm sure you know, but I'll give you what went wrong with that transaction, because a lot of us, we reference it without mentioning it, but we know. It was the agreement you signed, the agreement that was signed. In the last part of the agreement, there was something there, force majeure. What does your force majeure say? In some cases, people will use the wrong items, and these are lawyers in Nigeria. That's why. So the benefits you get from me running this with you, Mars, here, and you take it seriously, is the fact that I'm an investment banker. So I understand shares and buying shares. I understand investing in the business. I understand packaging offers. Okay, so I put on my packaging offer cap to review documents. If you check my profile, there's somewhere I stated that I helped an HNI save 2 billion naira in investment from a merchant bank. It is this thing you are trying to explain, ma'am. He wanted to invest 2 billion in a merchant bank in Nigeria. Somebody said, you know, before you put that money, let Comfort review it. This was 2016 or thereabouts. And I was called up. I was given the investor memorandum, IM, the pack, the documents for the terms of the document. It took me to a week. I went into my sitting room as an investment banker. We know where we always put this, that line that will destroy a business. And it's not really to destroy a business, it's to safeguard my capital. And I don't care what happens to the owner of the business. It is your job as the owner of the business to know what that line is and see if you will agree with it. In that particular case, that was the problem. And in so many cases, that was the problem. Because even the money that was being looked for, you could have gotten it in Nigeria at the time that money was disbursed. So I asked a simple question. I said, why were they getting this money outside of Nigeria when it could be gotten in a Nigerian bank? Because that same year, I helped somebody in the same sector get investor ready and get 500 million from a bank. This same sector. So question is, what did you sign? That's why due diligence is in this document, legal requirement, legal review. What you should take note of in any agreement you're signing. In my CAC documents that that I'm sure so many of us didn't take note to send, it says that I am a super, my vote is super vote, super. That means you cannot send me out. It's a super vote. If you don't like it, don't invest in my business. It's a super vote. No matter what happens, you cannot vote me out of deal room. I'm sure you don't know. So these things is between who is legally, it's information, knowledge, legal. At the end of the day, my legal partner said that he is very sure that when they signed those documents, it was an associate analyst that was given to sign, unfortunately so. So to answer your question directly, you don't have to do that number. You need to check through your due diligence, whatever it is. If you've done 19 years, it's good to expand. I'm working with companies that have done 40 years. They're raising 2 billion, 5 billion, 3 billion. We're also putting them on this investor readiness route. So we need to all be aware of this. By the time somebody is asking, so let me finish that point of the man that said the HNI is ultra wealthy. And so he had this 2 billion. So I sat down in 1 week, I saw the line, I circled it, I took it to him. I said, sir, this is the problem. If you invest this money, if anything goes wrong, you will not get 1 naira. He said, that's not what they said. I said, that's what this line says. Every other thing they said, this line counters it. He said, really? I said, yes, this line, every other thing they said there, this simple line here counters it. It was at the end, 2 pages to the end of a document that will be maybe hundreds of pages, if I'm not mistaken, maybe 60 to 100 pages. He said, really, his heart sank. He thought I was joking. He calls the CEO of the organization. And by the way, they are investment bankers as well. Oh, he said, I was there. He puts him on speaker. Oh, sorry, sir. There was an error there. We'll send you an addendum. I won't forget. He drops off the call and said, an addendum to a document that is printed, that is well printed, that has gone global. I said, yes, sir. They will send an addendum. In 2 days, he calls me back. He said they sent an addendum and he sends me a copy. He didn't invest. It's the same thing with whoever brings in your money, brings money into your business. What are the things that have been written? What are the things you're signing? See, it's beautiful to raise money. The best successful people on earth, Dangote, BUA, mention them. Anybody, mention any company. Mike Adenuga, they all use people's money to scale their businesses. people's money to scale their businesses. Check it out. As wealthy as Dangote is, and by privilege, I manage Sonny Dangote's portfolio of 25 billion between the 2007 to 2013. I actively manage his portfolio. That's the late younger brother of Aliko Dangote. So you know, I know what I'm talking about when I'm talking here, please. I'm not just, so I'm a fund manager, one of the best. I mean, I know what I'm talking about. These people raise money from all of us. You see, when you buy Dangote cement, Dangote sugar, Dangote that. I was seeing the capital market and an analyst that handled the buying of Benue Cement Company by Dangote Cement that you see today. We flew the entire capital market to Boko to go and do the completion board meeting, I think, and the stakeholders visitation of Dangote was on the same flight with us. So I know what I'm saying. So please, I hope I answered your question, ma'am. You are in good hands. You don't have to do 20, 30, 40%. No. If somebody is doing 30%, they are probably going to scale your business where it is, unless you are not where you say you are. And when we do the evaluation, maybe they have a reason, but it's not cast in stone. These are analysis, and if you walk it rightly and do the right things, you shouldn't have any issues at all. I hope I answered your question, ma'am. Ramat, did I answer your question? Are you still here? Hello? Hello?
Hello, ma. We are listening, ma.
Yeah, I think Ramat asked the question. Is she still here? Did I answer her questions? Ramat, are you still here? Okay, so if she's not still here and she wants, I hope she got all of my questions. I can still see that she's still here, but she's not answering. So does anybody else have questions?
I think maybe her microphone is muted. I'm sure she might be hearing you because she's still here.
Can you unmute, please? Okay, so who else has any questions, please?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Adeyinka.
Okay. All right. My business is a startup. I was just wondering, you mentioned we were going to talk about financials and things like that. And I was wondering whether projections were part of what would be considered. For example, I don't have, my business is not 18 years yet. It's just a few months. So I just wanted to find out, I hope that wouldn't disqualify me in terms of how long, but I do have projections and know, the kind of financials that I'm expecting for the business.
Yeah, so we'll handle, so what we have is the financials covers across board. If you have a good startup, a good idea. So that's why the business model is so important to us.
Okay.
If the business model is strong, then you move on to putting your financials together. Whether you're a startup or you've been existing for 50 years, doesn't matter. You need your financial, you need to be invested already. So yeah.
All right.
That's
okay,
all.
thank you.
Thank you. Any more questions? Any more questions? Any clarifications on the presentation?
Okay, ma, sorry, it's Ejiro again.
Okay.
I think I didn't get the part where you talked about getting on the call with you, like a consultation on Wednesdays or so. I didn't get that part clearly.
Oh, okay. So there's something we call office hours. So we know that outside of the time you are working on your documents or you're trying to join the live sessions or the virtual sessions, there is you may have 1 or 2 questions to ask privately, or you feel that we didn't answer your questions well, or you just want to ask this question privately. Then on Wednesdays between 9 a.m. and 12, you could reach out to any of us. Just so the team, Marianne, Faith, or myself, reach out to any of us, and then we will attend to you. So the reason is we don't want too many people calling us. In fact, I was just told now that some people are on their way to our office, just so you can imagine. So, but we wanted this an online first and online onboarding before we meet with people. So between the hours of 9 a.m. to 12 noon, and then from 3 p.m. into maybe 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, before 12 midnight, you can get my attention on Wednesdays for anything private conversations.
Okay, ma. Thank you, ma.
Thank you. Thank you, Ejiru. Any other questions, please? Okay, so we've done 2 hours. We don't intend to keep us for more than 3 hours. So 2 hours is done. There are several people that couldn't log in. So we are done with this first session of introduction. We'll see if we can go off, and then we'll send another link that actually enables every other person to be able to come in. So we'll take the, and we'll send the link again, and hopefully we can log on maybe in an hour's time, right? Right? An hour's break, yeah. So we'll come back. So we'll come back by 3 p.m. Is that okay, ladies?
That's fine.
All right, thank you.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mom.
Yeah, thank you.